Bitcoin miner Stronghold Digital's latest debt restructuring deal will allow the postponement of principal repayments on almost $55 million worth of debt through June of 2024. And joining us to discuss that story is Stronghold Digital Mining CEO and co-chair Greg Beard. Greg, so Stronghold has struck deals since last summer with its lenders to reduce immediate debt obligations, and you're seeking to avoid the fate of your peers, where we've seen Compute North and Core Scientific filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So tell us more about this latest agreement.
Yeah, so I'm really proud of what we've done here. Since last August, if you looked at our balance sheet from last August, we had more than $140 million of debt. And now we've reduced that through a combination of equipment returns in exchange for debt reduction, some equity in exchange for debt reduction, and now an agreement with our remaining lender to postpone principal and potentially interest payments until July of 2024. But our quantum of debt is reduced to less than $60 million. So it puts us in a position to survive the crypto winter.
Yeah, we're seeing Stronghold Digital Mining shares rising roughly 35% in the last 5 days. Is that tied to this deal, or the price of Bitcoin we're seeing also rising?
You know, I would bet it's mostly a response to Bitcoin rising. Obviously, you can make a lot more profit at $25,000 Bitcoin than you can at 15. And I'm not sure that the market really fully understands the scale of our elimination of debt and what that means for our potential earnings power and cash flow. But hey, we're excited to tell the story.
Well, how did you land this agreement then? You know, there are a lot of struggling miners out there.
You know, I think, hey, we have a partnership with our lender, and they lent to us in the first place because they loved our story. They like that we're vertically integrated and can generate power at times when power prices are high and make Bitcoin when power prices are average or low. And so we really have the confidence in our lender, and I think they believe that they're going to end up making more money behaving as a partner that lets us survive without a bankruptcy. So I think it's really the strength of our business model, I think, is what allowed us to.
So what's your plan going forward in trying to build, expand, or just to make a profit here in this really difficult market?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we own our power plants, which is unique. We own the data centers in full, which is also unique. We have the ability to, if the data centers were full, to mine at a rate of about 4 exahash. And today we're doing just over half that. So clearly we want to utilize our existing footprint and infrastructure to its maximum capacity and get back to that 4 exahash rate. And that will take us to being able to mine closer to, I guess, more than 10 Bitcoin a day, you know, up from, say, 7 where we're doing today. So it's really a fairly modest investment at this point to get back to that 4 exahash of potential.
I also hear you signed a 2-year deal with Foundry, which is a miner hosting company for 4,500 miners.
Exactly. So that was we did not deploy new capital, but we took on 4,500 miners from Foundry, and we have a Bitcoin mining revenue share with Foundry. And we also have a unique deal where, to the extent there is excess profit from power sales and we're curtailing the mining fleet during those times, we'll share that profit with Foundry as well. So it was really a way for us to share our business model with Foundry.
Are there any concessions you had to make to get this loan agreement extended?
You know what? In this case, we did not. You know, the latest one, we did not suffer dilution, so we didn't have to issue a bunch more equity or warrants to get it done, which I'm happy with and proud of. And you know, we got a delay in the principal payments until July 2024. There is now a cash flow sweep. So if we have excess cash on the balance sheet, we will be obligated to pay that money to the lender. So that's, if there's a concession, it's really that, hey, if we end up with a massive bull run in Bitcoin and generate a lot of cash, we will have to pay that cash to the lender. So I guess that's probably the biggest concession. But in exchange for that, it was a necessary modification, really for both of us.
Mm-hmm. Switching gears, so earlier this month, Democrats, including Senator Elizabeth Warren, are urging the U.S. government to compel crypto miners to disclose their energy consumptions data. Some lawmakers have been scrutinizing the crypto mining industry's energy usage as well as its impact on the environment and U.S. carbon emissions goals. So I wonder your thoughts on this. Would you guys be comfortable disclosing energy consumption data?
Yeah, in fact, we received her from Senator Warren last year and responded last August. And we explained in that letter in detail what we consume and really the benefit that we provide to the grid. So I think a lot of people don't talk about it, but one of the impacts of having a more renewable grid is we're making it much less reliable. And so having a data center that's running Bitcoin that can be quickly turned off within seconds, and all that power diverted to the grid, restabilizes the grid. So, while we answered her last August, and last December, just a couple months ago, about 6 weeks ago, we had a massive winter storm that hit Pennsylvania, the market that we serve. And we had our data centers down, and we're providing and restabilizing the grid during a really tough time for the grid. Also, the source of our power is we're cleaning up. We have the potential to clean up more than 1 million tons a year of waste coal, which isn't coal. It's a waste left behind from coal mining that is doing a tremendous amount of damage to locations within Pennsylvania, with more than 800 sites that are impacted. So we really view ourselves as an environmentally beneficial business that also touches Bitcoin. So I think we're happy we've invited the senator to our sites to show off what we do. And we have, thankfully have many, many examples of the good works that we've done in the communities, and now more recently examples of how we're making the grid more stable. So I think you have to really look at context, and not just sort of pick on those that are mining Bitcoin, given that there's a bigger picture happening here.
I guess you just have to get Senator Warren on the phone here. All right, Greg, thanks for joining us. That was Stronghold Digital Mining CEO and co-chair Greg Beard.